Welcome to Redbeard and the Den of Tools. Howdy ho, guys and gals, it's Red, your friendly neighborhood tool bear, back again. Yeah, and today we are looking at, of all things, leatherworking tools. I know, not the thing you'd normally think of around, the old Den of Tools here, but, the wife and cubs had been looking for a new hobby, and they came across a YouTube channel. I'm not going to name, it's a great channel. They put out a lot of amazing content. They really help new people trying to get into leathercraft get started. And we all really enjoy watching their channel. But we're looking at one of their videos in particular, and it was essentially a guide to the tools you'll need to get started in leathercrafting, which seemed great. Hey, here's people who've been doing it for years. They should know what we need. The family here wants to pick up a new hobby. Here's a great list for me to just go out and use to pick up the tools that we need to get started. And you see this on a lot of channels. I've even done stuff like that here. I've got videos on how to set up shops and stuff. But one thing that's different is I'll tell you how to set up a budget shop, and I'll tell you how to set up kind of a mid-range shop. And then we'll even talk about if we just, money was no option. No object. Yeah. You know what I mean. Anyway. The point being that sometimes when people who've been doing stuff for a while go and tell you how to get started, they kind of forget what it's like to get started. And this is case in point. So I went and followed their link, which of course goes to Tandy. Now apparently they've got some sort of relationship with Tandy. Tandy's sponsoring their videos or something. I don't know the details behind it. They're upfront about it in so much as that it exists, but we don't know exactly to what level it exists. But look at that price tag. $450 is what you need to do to invest to get the basics, to get started hand stitching leather according to this expert. Now, when you get into any kind of hobby, you can look at it and think, oh, this won't be expensive to get into, but then there's all the little fiddly bits and they add up. I get that. I totally get that. Precision craft knife. $4. That, let's be honest, it's an X-Acto knife. Precision cutting board. They use this really high-end self-healing cutting board for $70. I'm sorry, but you can get started with a plastic mat. You can get started with a wood block, some scrap wood. You could go down to the dollar store and get a cutting board. It will do the job. Will it last 50 years? Oh, probably not, but it's $1. You could literally buy a new one every year for the rest of your life. Think about that. Now, I get it. He's a professional. Probably why he wants a professional cutting board. But if you're just getting started and this is just a hobby for you, that seems like a really heinous kind of burden to put on somebody. Craft tool scratch all for $5.49. Yeah, okay. You can get them cheaper Harbor Freight, but still. Craft tool adjustable groover, that's kind of specific. Craft tool Flathead poly Maul, $120. What are they smoking? It's a plastic hammer. It's plastic. That's what poly means. It's a plastic hammer. You could literally take a bunch of milk jugs, cut them up, melt it down in your oven, and make this thing for free, essentially. 120. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a leather wrapped handle and all this. It's very artisanal, I'm sure. Oh my gosh. Craft fine diamond chisel 9-prong, 21-prong. Harness needles $10. Poly thread $20. You don't get much in the poly thread with this. Anyway. Craft edger $22, multi-wood slicker $5, an original stitching horse. A stitching horse is $100. It's 3 pieces of wood with a clamping mechanism, and they want $100. I could literally whip one of those up in 10 minutes. All right, but that's not the point. The point is this: I went on Amazon, and just not even really price matching. I didn't go anywhere else. I didn't go to eBay or anything else. I just went to Amazon, found everything I needed, and ordered it. Let's take a look at it real quick. Here it is all laid out. All right, that's the 4-in-1 mallet from Harbor Freight. It's got 4 heads on it, all of them removable, including the metallic one. Here's the scratch awl from Harbor Freight, and it's very basic. This is actually from Tandy. As you can see there, it's got a defect in it. So anybody trying to claim Tandy's got the best stuff out there, they've got their dogs there as well. That's the stitching beveler. Here we got the pricking irons or stitching irons. You know, the set of 4 of these was at $14 or something. And they feel incredibly stout. They look just like the ones I've seen lots of other people using. I don't know if in fact, I wouldn't probably recommend these. I picked them up because they were cool and I know I had other uses for them. But I really like the ability to retract the blade easily. It's got the little slit there to make cuts and stuff. But really, I'll probably just end up using something like this. Now, you can buy these at Harbor Freight for $1, or you can pick up a 3-pack for $1 at the dollar store. Here's the edge, the round over half round punches. A whole set of that. 10-pack of harness needles. Tweezers, again, from the Dollar Tree. These. They're metal squares, and they were $1 each. I actually ended up paying $1 for all of those because they were stuck together, and I thought it was just one. The mat, the Fisker's mat, you don't necessarily need one that large. Okay, here we go. Here's the actual orders. This is my Amazon order tracking. This is the stuff we ordered, and you can see what we paid for it. We've got a leather edger skiving tool, beveling edge. This is the thing for rounding the corners. $10.35. Ignore the Quest Nutrition stuff. That's the wife. She's likes to drink these caramel power or energy drinks or whatever, and they canceled the caramel ones. And what used to sell for $22 a case is now selling for over $100 a case on eBay because people know that people are addicted to these things. So she's tried to teach herself to drink something new. God love her. All right, 7 Pro Stitching Groover, $9.89. Here's that stitching pony, $24.39. All right, and that's even a better setup than the one that Tandy's selling. All right, let's see. You're out for delivery. Ooh, today by 8 p.m. We've got the pointed tip, the burnishing tools. Now, this is the kind you can put into a Dremel. I figured I could use it as a hand one in the Dremel as well, or if I wanted to use the Dremel. Anyway, that's just a choice. So, yeah, we paid about twice as much for 2 of these, set up for use in a tool than one single just wood-handed one. Next, we got the thread. Now, if you notice, this is 8 ounces of thread compared to, 2 ounces of thread in the other one? 2 ounces of thread for $20, 8 ounces of thread for $20. And yeah, I've read the reviews on these. People love them. Lots of people use it. We got pricking irons, $6.49. I even bought as you saw before, the half round cutters, the punch set there for under $16. I got the Fisker's cutting mat for $24. We got the stitching needles, a 10-pack for $6.59. Now for all of this here, everything you said, I paid how much? How much do you think I paid for all that? Yeah. Versus $450 for the basic items that he listed there. And don't go to his page if you figure out who it is and leave a bunch of hate or anything. That's not the point. The point is that sometimes people lose perspective. If you talk to any real craftsman, people who've been doing it all their life, people who are 80 years old, and you ask them what they started out with, and they'll tell you, like, I found a hammer in the street and I used, bent nails I pulled out of wood and straightened them. Those people made it happen. They worked with what they could get their hands on, and they became craftsmen down the way. The tools don't make you a craftsman. The tools don't make you who you are. You make the tools work for you. That's why they're called tools. All right. Bear's done with his rant. If you're interested in trying some leatherworking, I got my list down below. I'm no expert, but I also didn't spend $450. Hope you enjoy it. Take care and shine on.